You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Why you gotta take it there?
Retake. This isn't good.
We're not talking about any integrity in
We
this
are
room.
trying to exploit a generation.
Did I ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy.
You guys played footsie over the table.
Well, yes, but that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No, there's potato vodka everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 137. I'm your host, as always, John Rowe, joined by my illustrious co-host,
Adam Ham.
Yes, I'm recovering from a cold. I just wanted to give a note if I turn my head away from the microphone and you hear coughing and dying noises, that is the sickness being removed from my body via coughing. It's been a few days of coughing less and less and less over the past 2 days. It must be almost all out of there. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Probably the allergies season of the spring causes, I don't know, my fucking immune system to get weakened because it's attacking all of the fake pollen that it thinks is going to make me sick, and then real cold germs get me sick. I don't fucking know. It always seems to happen, though. The spring and fall, the transitional periods,
Yeah.
they get me sick as fuck.
All the plants have sex.
Yeah, it's true. Fucking plants. Literally.
Yeah, I know.
Literally fucking plants.
Exactly.
How much would that suck, though, huh? To be a plant? You know how you have sex? You're just like, here's some spores.
Not a lot of pleasure in that.
No, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But then again, there's like there's like gross people that are into like just like jerking off at like people out in the public.
Well, or sniffing your gonads all the time.
What?
Like,
What websites are you going to?
No, I'm saying plants, because we smell their reproductive parts
that's
all the
true.
time.
Yes, we smell plant genitals. That's kind of gross when you think about it that way, but
It is.
and that it's that time of year. Adam, may I say, spring has sprung.
It has.
It has.
It's
Oh
nearly
my
summer,
gosh.
in fact.
It is nearly summer. The time is upon us. I know it was like 80 degrees out this Memorial Day weekend.
Indeed.
Speaking of Memorial Day weekend, let's talk about what you've been watching first. Television, Adam, movies. I know Adam's seen a movie. You could go to bornintheeighties.net and read all about it.
Exactly.
I made Adam write an article.
I wouldn't say you made me, but
I forced your hand.
you wrote one yourself,
Uh-huh.
and that pressured me into
That's
writing
right.
that one. Yeah.
That's good. Peer pressure.
is.
It works.
It does. Yeah. So I actually did see the season finale of Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
This
So
week.
that's not what the article was about, but
No.
okay. How did Supernatural end? Wait, let me guess. They are in a car, and then a semi runs into them, and then the credits roll.
No, not exactly.
That is spoiler, but that is how season 1 ends.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the f? Mm-hmm. That's all I have to say. That's
Okay. Yeah,
I'm serious. That's like literally a thing that happens
Yeah.
in that show.
they do stuff like that a lot in Supernatural, and it was kind of a similar type thing.
Big
This one
cliffhanger.
where you're like, yeah, it's a big cliffhanger.
Big old Rocky Balboa on a cliff.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh my god, what the fuck is his name?
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of being an old man, sometimes I know for a fact what's going to, like, how I'm going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I just know it because I just can only assume via family history and my thoughts on how my brain doesn't work ever.
Yeah.
Is that I am going to get dementia and Alzheimer's at like 60, and I'm gonna be putting like underwear in the fridge and shit. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just know
probably me
it.
too.
I know it. I just know it because like I already do stupid. But then again, everybody does stupid shit like that, you know. Like that. There's like so. I don't know if it's some like. I think that aging begins at like 25.
It does.
When you hit 25. it is downhill.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not even that old. I'm 28.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yes, turning 29. Yeah, that's why. Because I haven't turned the age that I am the year of yet.
All right.
In October. No, but yeah, it's been a precipitous drop in health since then. But I mean, not really. Like, I put it this way: is like maybe before I was 25, like I never got sick. I never got a cold. Nothing. After 25, maybe a cold a year knocked me out one day.
Yeah.
Now at 28, it's like 2 colds. I get like 2 colds a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be exponential though, like technology, exponentially growing.
I don't know. I still don't get colds very often. I think it's a product of living the way I do, not cleaning anything. I keep my immune system strong.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got like black mold in my apartment or some shit too. That's probably ruining my life.
Probably.
I'm probably gonna have lung cancer from fucking mold fungus spores or whatever. There's probably like asbestos flowing in my room right now. I don't even fucking know. I'm living in a death trap is what I'm saying.
Basically.
You're living in a death trap too, but
mine's not. My house is really old.
I remember after a podcast recording, you started talking about how scared you were that your house was going to fall on you. You were like, John, there's a crack, and I feel like it's getting bigger every day I look at it.
Well, there are some cracks that have gotten bigger, but it's just an old house. I mean, it's going to settle a bit. So
What? Settle for like 40 years?
Yeah.
I think it's already settled, and now it's settling into pieces.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine though.
Is it
I'm
gonna
not too worried
fall
about
apart when I go down there?
No.
For our Born in the 80s live E3 coverage.
I don't know if it'll be live, will it?
I don't know. We could probably figure it out. If it's not live, it'll be podcasts that are released shortly after they're made.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to edit them when the mics are mixed together.
Right.
When we record live. Anyway, I'm sorry I derailed your Supernatural discussion.
There wasn't a whole lot to it other than I saw the finale, and once again, it was a cliffhanger, and I'm excited for the next season already.
Are you?
I am.
So
I love that show. I do.
On the Born in the 80s patented 5-star rating system.
Yeah.
What do you give that show right now?
Supernatural is
what's your rating level of the show as it is right now?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
You know,
Snap.
it's not highbrow. It's not a thinker, as you might say, but it is consistently funny, fun, good action, good characters. I love it. I do.
Well, so what you're saying that Supernatural's she's not the girl you want your friends to see you out with, but but she's the one you like to have at home.
You know, I don't even know if I'd go that far. I don't mind spreading the Supernatural love. It's good.
You're not
It's
embarrassed?
a good show. No, I'm not embarrassed.
You're not embarrassed to admit your love of a show with 2 hunky dudes
Oh, yeah.
that 14-year-old girls have posters of in their lockers?
Yeah.
Probably not anymore.
It's the 9th season ended. It's
Somehow I feel like that show on the CW started because I remember this is before I even watched the show. Like
this is how old the show is.
Yeah,
it started before the CW. It started before CW was CW.
It was a WB original.
It was, yeah, it was a WB show.
Oh my god!
Because that CW happened like 7 or 8 years ago.
C-dubs.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I know. I think it's the only show. Old. It's the only show still on that network. I think that actually what originated as a WB.
It's like the old grandfathered in.
Yeah.
It's the bridge gapper.
But the thing that's great about it is a lot of shows after a certain point they just start declining until they are bad and they are canceled. But somewhere like there was kind of a lull about I think where you stopped actually around the 7th season or so.
Yeah.
But like 8 and 9 build it back up again. It's good. 7th season was just kind of weird because
shooting rock salt out of shotguns, huh?
Yeah.
Still doing that?
Not much. They don't usually deal with
no ghosts.
Not so much. It's different type of stuff. I don't know. That's the cool thing about it is they're not still doing the stuff they did in the first season.
I think my favorite thing about that show is it has its own lore for like monsters and stuff, and it really sticks to it. And I think it's a really good lore.
Yeah, totally.
So I think it I don't know. It has its own like universe that I think is pretty solid with rules and combat and monsters and such.
Absolutely.
And such.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else?
About Supernatural? Not particularly.
All right.
Everything else is pretty much ended now, unless it's like Game of Thrones or stuff like that. Yeah.
Mad Men still got
Men?
an episode or
Does
two. Yeah, I think they're doing eight episodes a thing, and I think this was the 6th one. So there's 2 more, I think. Maybe.
I don't know. It's really coming down to the wire on that, I think.
Well, it'd be really sad if there weren't any more this year.
It would.
Oh man. All right. Anything else? You watch any other movies?
I did watch. Actually, before I get to the feature presentation,
Well, I have a thing before it too.
oh, okay.
But it deals with the feature presentation.
I was listening to our sister podcast, Running with Scissors episodes, a little bit back, and
Yeah.
they made fun of, I guess, the movie Equilibrium, which is one I have not seen, but I always kind of wanted to see.
Oh my.
So I was going to watch that.
That was okay for listeners. Equilibrium was a movie when you were in college. Everyone was like, "Man, you gotta see this movie,
Yeah.
Equilibrium." And then I didn't watch it, but my friend made me watch like some of the gun kata fighting in it
Yeah.
at the end, and he was like, "This is so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." I don't know. The Matrix was good.
So right. So I wanted to see that, but then I actually had like even started to hit watch, but on the same Amazon page, Dread was there, and I'd already seen Dread, but I was like, you know what?
You're like, Dread's better.
I was like, Dread is
gonna
probably
be better.
and I haven't seen it in a while, and I really want to see Dread, so I watched Dread instead, and that's generally a good rule. Watching Dread instead will never fail you, because Dread is an awesome movie.
Have you seen the Muppet thing that Dread thing did?
No, there's a Muppet thing. I like Muppets.
Not Muppet.
And I like,
not Muppet.
Oh.
That would be wrong. But it's
You got my heads up.
But it's puppets. It's DIY effects with Eric Beck. I don't know who this is from. It's the Epics channel, like YouTube channel.
Okay.
They do like DIY effects, like
Okay.
as a show. So it's like here's some effects for movie. Let's do it ourselves. And so they did the Dread like sequence in that movie when they go into that first like room where everyone's doing drugs, and then there's that like slow motion shootout.
Right.
They reenact that with puppets. Because I mean you can't really use people for that because people are like exploding. And you should watch it. I'll link it in the episode description on bornintheeighties.net if you want to go to the website. I'll have a link to the video there, but it is insane
I want to
how
see that.
cool it is
Yeah.
and how perfect it looks with their effects that they were doing. That's a really cool channel, actually. They have lots of fun, just like, here's how the movies did it, and here's how we can redo it in our garage.
That sounds cool.
So you didn't watch Equilibrium?
No, I didn't watch it. I'm still planning to. But I have not watched it yet.
So we'll have your report next week.
Hopefully, yeah.
Before the BW whatever.
TCCT.
BWTCCT, which I will have theme music for next week.
Excellent. Yeah, so I watched Dread instead, and
I know I promised in the episode that I put it in.
yeah.
But I couldn't find anything, and then I've found something. So
Okay.
it will be in the next episode.
Good,
There'll be a
good.
fanfare. It is a fanfare.
Nice.
Not like a fair of fans. You know what I mean? Like a MagFest or a PAX, like a fanfare, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Get my humor here.
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
It'll be like trumpets and shit.
Okay.
I'll have to link it to you after this so you can hear it. It's pretty fun.
All right.
So get hyped, everyone.
Yeah,
It's coming.
And watch Dread, even though there's probably not going to be a sequel.
Dread's amazing.
And I wish there was.
It can't be said enough how good that movie is.
Yeah. I want more of it.
Oh, okay. So, like, Dread is got, who's it? Carl Urban.
Carl
Urban.
Not Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. What if
No.
it had Keith Urban, though?
I probably wouldn't like it as much.
Oh, but it could be so amazing. I don't even know who, like, what Keith Urban is like. Isn't he a singer?
He's a country singer.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was the one that was married to Nicole Kidman. Still married?
I don't know. I don't know that much about him.
I'm looking up Keith Urban.
Okay.
We got to find him. We got to find this man.
All right.
I spelled Keith wrong. I think Keith Urban is the one that's married to Nicole Kidman. Still is, yeah.
Really?
Australian country music singer. I think he's on a TV show too. Wasn't he on like fucking like The Voice or some shit?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
watch that.
oh my god, totally got it. The Voice. And then
All right.
he was
So-
also on American Idol for a season.
You're our resident Keith Urban expert, I guess. Then.
I guess.
Because I have no idea.
I can't even do a Keith Urban impression because I have no clue what he sounds like. But he'd probably be like, "Look at those guys in there." I can't do Australian. Let's strip on the Barbie. Oh my god, how does this? I sound
Dying
like
goes like my baby.
Thank you. I sound like a drunk John Wayne when I try and do Australian. Dingoes on the Barbie.
Dingoes on the Barbie. What?
I don't know. It's no good. Oh, cancel it. Adam, you're going to have to say, in an Australian accent,
Yeah.
drop it, you punks.
Drop it, you punks.
Oh, that's not bad. You could deal with that. And then Keith Urban, singer, American Idol judge, blows away like 7 people with a gun.
I'll say
Yeah, I'd
hot
watch-
shot.
Yeah, I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
But I'd
That
like
would be...
a remake. Let's do it. Let's get him signed up.
All right.
All right. Okay, so you watched Dread.
I did.
All right. That's it?
And
then we're on to the feature?
we're on to the feature.
Okay. So to get prepared for the feature, I rented a movie,
Yeah.
X-Men First Class.
I did too, actually. I watched it right beforehand.
You did?
I did.
What was your impression of that movie?
It wasn't quite as good as I remember it, but it was...
Same here.
Really? Okay.
Watching that a second time, or if maybe even a third time,
Yeah.
I was like, this movie's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, there were just so many. And I just want to say this. I don't know what's going on with Michael Fassbender's character in the fucking Professor X School of Witchcraft and Wizardry part in the end of that movie.
Yeah. He just goes around, like, planting the seeds of doubt
Yeah, what the
in everybody.
fuck? He, like, walks in the room where, like, fucking, I don't know, J-Lore is fucking bench pressing, and he's just like, hey, be proud of being a mutant. And then he, like, walks away. It's like,
Yeah,
what was
I know.
the point of this scene?
I
Other
thought
than
that
to get
too.
some fucking dialogue off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta say, that movie dropped maybe, like, a point or 2 in the rating scale for me. Like,
I think for me, it used to be like a 5, and now I think it's a 4.
I think for me
So.
it was like a 5, and now it's like a 3.
I don't think
know what
I'd go that
happened
far.
in that movie, but like watching it a second time, I really wish I would have written down some of that cheesy dialogue. But there was like a
Yeah.
moment where, like, someone like had some fucking. Oh, I'm trying to I'm trying to use an equivalency here, like in that moment when oh god, in the Lord of the Rings movie, the last one, when there's like, no man can kill a witch king, and she's like, but a lady can, or whatever the
Oh,
fuck.
yeah, yeah.
That's just that dialogue where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
ugh, nobody talks like that.
Right.
There's a lot of that in this movie where they're just like, God, I really wish I had it, because there was a moment where I think Jennifer Lawrence's character says something like that, like when they're in that final battle, and he's just like, stay back, you can't help us, and I don't know, she like comes out later and she's like, looks like I could help you, and you're like, oh fucking A, dude, seriously, who's writing this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The reason why that movie is so great is because it's like a fucking superhero movie in the 60s.
Yeah.
Another question I have. So there's a character in that movie, the CIA guy who first invites them to like their CIA lair where the kids hang out and play pinball for like 20 minutes.
Right.
And like he gets introduced and like he's like, I believe in the mutants or whatever, and like everyone else is like whatever, and then like they take him away, and then like he's like introducing them to the CIA place where they're gonna hang out and shit, and then immediately he is murdered.
Yep.
Like, what is this character? Like, I thought he was gonna be some sort of thing, but no, he just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie didn't feel like watching it again. The plot holes and like. I don't know. The dialogue really sticks out as not being super great. But
I didn't find it that bad, but
the movie has a lot of redeeming qualities too, as it is got a lot of cool mutant action. It isn't nearly as ham-fisted as like X3 was, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. There's some cool stuff. Other than the fact that they fly an SR-71 Blackbird in ways that could never be flown.
Oh, you mean like the
well, it hovers, but they have like a modified thing, I guess. But it's like, come on, there's no wings on this thing. They're meant to just shoot like an arrow,
pretty much.
Anyway, God, I can't believe how like down I was on that movie after I watched it. I was like, I thought this was great, but
I wasn't down on it. It wasn't as good as I remembered, but I still really enjoyed it. I think the reason I enjoyed it so much when it came out was because for a while I thought X-Men movies were over.
Yeah.
And when it came back, it was actually a good X-Men movie. So I might have been a little bit inflated by that comparison, because the last one we'd gotten was X3, and then like X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was
amazing.
So bad.
Fucking amazing.
So bad.
That movie's amazing. I won't hear anything about otherwise. He blows up a helicopter with his claws.
Yeah.
God damn it.
No, he shoots over it, I think.
I guess he does. No, it blows up, though.
He throws a bike at it or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he like cuts the fucking rotors with his claws when he flies.
Does he?
Yeah, or some shit like that.
I don't know. I just remember that scene in the bathroom with his claws looking so fake. They look like totally CG, like plastic, or they look horrible.
All I remember from that movie is when he's in that like house with that old lady and guy, and the guy fucking snipes the shit out of the old lady through the window.
Yeah,
and you're like, Jesus, this fucking old lady getting fucking owned by a CIA agent rifle gun.
Yeah,
and then
I don't know. It just those movies hurt.
But Deadpool's terribly in it.
Deadpool's such a cool character too that they just ruin him the way they have him portrayed.
Really ruin him is that they portrayed him not as his character.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
It's not really ruining it when it's not even resembling it in any way.
I suppose
it's just calling a different person Deadpool. And it's like they could have. Yeah, Deadpool's a cool character and all, but I don't know. People like him. It's a little lame too. I don't know. I don't think it could ever be made into a movie.
I think a Deadpool alone movie could be made. It'd be hard to fit him in with the rest of the gang because he's always like doing asides to the screen and stuff
it's like always breaking the fourth wall and shit.
It'd be hard to do with other people, but I think he could probably do like a Deadpool movie.
Would you say that he doesn't work well with others?
I would say that.
I'm glad. I would too. So Adam decided that not only did he want to watch X-Men First Class, but he wanted to graduate from the First Class into the days of the future past.
Yes, indeed.
How was it? I only have heard great reviews.
I really enjoyed it. You can see in our review, I gave it a 4.
Yeah, on the website, bornintheeighties.net, Adam wrote a review of the movie, gave it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. And overall, I really liked it. It had a good pace to it, I thought.
Yeah.
It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes,
What were your
I was
cheers?
never bored.
What were your cheers? What were your jeers? Lay it on us.
Well, should we go into spoiler territory?
Cheers
or no?
and jeers. I don't think so. The movie came out less than like 4
I
days
was
ago.
going to say, it's hard to say a whole lot about that other than I thought they did a really... One of my cheers definitely is
Thank
the
you.
cast.
Thank you for
because
using cheers. All right, that's an official review mechanic now.
Yes, we have to use cheers and jeers now.
That's right.
No, one of my official cheers is the cast because they get everybody
Yeah.
like all the time. Yeah, there's.
I heard they redshirt quite a few X-Men.
In the future, they do.
There's some people that
because,
show up and are murdered immediately.
yeah, and also people who they even didn't get any screen time from First Class. So don't expect all the people from First Class to be in it because like 3 of them were killed off screen in the intervening time.
What about Banshee and
Yeah.
Havoc and all my favorites?
Havoc's still around.
What about the fairy lady, Angel? Isn't she a guy in X-Men?
That's a different character, I think.
A different character named Angel
Probably.
with wings.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. Very creative, Stan Lee. All right. Well, the Wolverine is in it.
The Wolverine is in it.
Hugh Jackman is in it.
Yep. And he's, of course,
Australian.
Yep. He is Australian.
He's like, snicked, bub, eye on the barbie.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the same Wolverine as in the past 6 movies you've seen him in.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
By the way, amazing cameo in First Class.
Yes. That was a great cameo.
Let me just replay the entire scene for everyone. Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy,
Yeah.
aka Magneto or whatever the fuck his name was, Eric something or other.
Lensher.
Thank you. And I don't know, Xavier something.
Charles
Xavier. Oh my god. See, I don't know shit about X-Men though.
Yeah.
So Charles Xavier and Eric blah blah blah.
Lensher.
Whatever. Go into a bar and Wolverine's sitting there.
It sounds like a joke.
Yeah. Professor Xavier and Charles Xavier and Magneto go into a bar and Wolverine's in there and Magneto uses his powers to manipulate the bar and turn it into a metal sharp, I don't know. But anyway, so they go in there and they talk to Wolverine and they're like, hey, we're just getting some, and he's just like, fuck off. It's literally his only words he says.
He says fuck you, and that is referenced in this movie.
Is it? Nice. And then they
because they send Wolverine back in time to be the guy to tell him about the future, and that does play a part in it.
I see. Well, I'm glad there's some continuity there.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad though that in I guess Sebastian Shaw is killed off. Does he come back in this movie?
I will say he does not come back in this movie.
God, he was such a Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon was awesome, although they also
excellent villain.
They changed Sebastian Shaw a bit, kind of made him weird.
Well, yeah, the Sebastian Shaw from the first movie isn't, I think, what the comics is like at all.
No, not at all.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Is January Jones in this movie?
No.
That's probably good.
Yeah, probably.
She's not great.
No, not really.
Her acting, in air quotes, in the other movie was okay. But I don't know. She acts like January Jones. There really isn't acting there. She just plays her character from Mad Men.
It's Betty Francis.
Betty Draper Francis.
Yep.
Yeah. Spoiler. Season 3 Mad Men spoiler.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh shit! God damn! All right, but you liked it.
I did.
Kitty
I
Pryde.
liked it. She is in it.
Ellen Page.
Yep.
Newly gay.
Yep.
I think. I guess it's not newly gay, but
right. Announced.
Announced.
Yeah.
She made the decision. It was like LeBron's decision to go to South Beach, but she went to the lesbian beach.
They have those?
I bet. I guarantee you they do somewhere, and I'm sure.
Why am I not there?
I don't know. Have you seen what a lot of lesbians look like, Adam?
If they look like Ellen Page, then sure.
Yeah, I guess. There are some pretty ones. There are some not so pretty ones. Pretty much like every type of person.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatevs. Okay, so pretty good though. Worth seeing.
Yeah.
Worth going out to the cinema.
They've got a lot of characters in there. One of the things that I
is this 3D?
It is available in 3D. I did not see it in 3D.
It's available in the third dimension?
It is.
Shit, man. I don't know. What's up with 3D movies?
I don't know. They're less of a thing for me now. I still kind of like to see big ones that kind of advertise 3D.
I didn't even know that this was going to be in 3D.
Neither did I, which is why I thought, like, well, if they weren't really playing it up, then I probably don't want to see the 3D thing they did.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's kind of like, why do they even bother?
Yeah.
3D sucks. Not really, but it's all right. But you have to pay more.
You do.
And that's not even that much better.
That's what it came down to me. I was like, is this worth $3 to me right now? I thought, no.
I thought, for me, my favorite third-dimensional viewing experience was probably Avatar, I guess, because it was new. And it was done very well because the movie was built around it. But
that's the thing. You have to have it shot in 3D.
Another one that amazing film experience I saw, and I really wish I would have seen Smog, but did you watch the first Hobbit movie in the HFR 3D, the high frame rate?
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
It was awesome, yeah.
I know a lot of people were down on it.
I like it.
Because they were like, oh, it looks weird, and, you know.
It does. It looks different, but I enjoyed it.
I think that the interesting thing about that, though, isn't like that it looked different, but everyone was like, oh, it looks like too real. And I was like, I guess. Isn't that good, though?
That's what I was thinking, too, yeah.
And they're like, wow, it looks like a bunch of people are putting on a play, wearing costumes and stuff. And it's like, all right, that's cool. That sounds awesome.
Exactly.
I remember seeing it and just being like, wow, this is like, I've never seen anything like this before. And then it didn't really get that much of a, I guess, boost for the second one, though, because I don't think there was any theater in town that had the HFR version.
I saw the D-Box. I saw that in D-Box.
You saw they have a D-Box?
They did, yeah.
Oh, man, I got to see a D-Box movie when I come down.
It's a little pricey.
I don't even care.
Fun. I know.
I just want to see a D-Box movie. It's like, so for those who don't know what D-Box is, what's a D-Box movie, Adam? Explain.
D-Box movie is one where you have a special chair with vibration functionality, and it's different. It's not just like a little like buzz. It's like it moves the chair around and like
old
throws
ladies
you.
Have that special chair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the chair like moves and shakes with like the picture.
So sometimes like if something's like flying through the air, you'll like lean back and you'll go down and. I
have to go to this.
It was really cool, actually. I did it for Iron Man 3, but there's a scene in that where a plant explodes, kind of a little unexpectedly.
Wait, like a nuclear plant?
Kind of. It's the one they're making the.
Oh, I was imagining like a tree exploding.
No, it's a small plant.
Explodes. I was like,
no, it is a plant. It is.
Wait, a tree?
Well, not a tree, but like a green plant, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it kind of goes nuclear.
Okay.
It's got they're using the extremist virus, which can cause explosions.
Sure.
But it's kind of
whatever the fuck the plot was for that movie.
Yeah, it blows up unexpectedly, and it really surprised the shit out of me because, for one thing, it was a loud explosion like from the right side, and your chair just flings you left like pretty hard.
Oh, that's cool! I want to go to this.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, and it scared the fuck out of me. It was great.
This D-Box theater always has a movie in it, right?
Yeah, generally they have like the biggest kind of blockbuster movie in that big theater, and it's the D-Box theater.
What's coming out around the time I'm going to be down there?
I do not know.
Oh man, it's got to be something good.
I bet Godzilla would be good in D-Box.
I guess. Did you see it?
No, I want to.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know. I kind of want to have an opinion on it because I've heard lots of people think it's bad and lots of people think it's really great.
I'll bet it's not good.
Maybe.
I don't know. Only because everyone hyped themselves up for it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are just having to say it's good, and most of the reviews that I read were like, it's got some, all the people parts and talking is, it's kind of cliched and lame, but the monster effects, and you're like, all right.
Well, that's kind of what you go to Godzilla movie for.
It is, but come on now. I mean,
I don't know.
like The Day After Tomorrow, like that movie's plot and talking was terrible, but there were some cool effects. You know what I mean? Like I could say the same thing about that movie, and that movie's god awful. I doubt this is as bad, but
I was gonna say I mean that's probably.
I don't even doubt that this is as bad. There's no way this is as bad. Oh my god. I guess what is it? June movie releases?
Yeah. We're like second week of June.
There's gotta be something good. Something good. June at comingsoon.net. What the fuck is this website? It's gonna play loud music. I know it is, because it will. Oh, we could watch The Fault in Our Stars. Oh god, everything exploded. I don't think so. 22 Jump Street. There you go.
Oh no.
All right. Well, let's see what's in May, the end of May. All right. We got. Oh god, it'll probably end up being this X-Men movie. Will be in the theaters.
Maybe.
I guarantee it is. Oh fuck. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. I do want to see a movie in that though, and I'm surprised Madison doesn't have that. It's a bigger town.
Yeah, you would think that one of them would. I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, I really liked the movie. It did have some weird stuff in it. That I wasn't a huge fan of.
Oh shit! That Spider-Man movie came out.
Yeah, it did. I haven't seen that either.
I don't give a shit. God.
I do kind of want to see it. I don't know if I want to see it in the theater though.
It's like all these fucking superhero movies are coming out, and it's like.
It's too bad. It doesn't come out till August. Guardians of the Galaxy.
That does look fun, and I'll tell you why.
Amazing.
Because it looks at least original. It doesn't have a 2 at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is something brand new that I can get excited for. At least the X-Men one is I can get excited for because it's, the old and the new.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, the top critics, Rotten Tomatoes, 98% Days of Future Past.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a pretty high consensus. 91 overall. Holy crow.
Yeah. I think it's really good. I do.
Adam hated
it.
But you hated it, apparently.
No, I didn't hate it. I thought they kind of underused the future cast. So there's not really a whole lot of like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, which is disappointing to me.
It's because they're both like a million.
I know. But still, it would have been nice. Peter Dinklage is awesome in it. And,
yeah, I heard the Dink's in it.
He is.
So
He's
Dink it up?
really good. He did. And I was actually really surprised at how... I was a little bit worried, kind of going into it, that the Quicksilver character was going to be kind of lame. But it was actually really cool, the way they handled Quicksilver. But it's kind of weird, because Quicksilver, I guess, is going to be in this, and also in future Marvel movies, which I don't know how that's happening. But different character, different person playing him.
Yeah.
Same character, different actor though. So I hope the Marvel Quicksilver is as good as this one. It was it's really enjoyable. Magneto did some questionable stuff with his powers.
Oh snap!
That I didn't really think he would have the ability to do.
I think that.
But
looking, I've gotten on the Rotten Tomatoes website. Have you heard of Jodorowsky's Dune?
I've heard of Dune. I've not heard of Jodorowsky's Dune.
Okay, you got it. Okay, you have to see the trailer for this movie. I really do want to see it, but
is it a Dune remake?
It's a documentary about a Dune movie that never came to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chilean director. Let's see here. Began work on his most ambitious project yet, starring his own 12-year-old son, alongside Orson Welles, Mick Jagger, David Carradine, and Salvador Dali.
Wow.
Featuring music by Pink Floyd and art by H.R. Geiger and Jean Girard, the Mobius strip artist. Yeah, this trailer, if you watch it, like the fucking concept art for this movie look incredible. And it's just like kind of that famous, like that idea of, like they had all these grand ideas for this movie. And if you just look at some of it, it's insanity. And I saw that trailer for that a while back that just came out last week in theaters. But that's one of those movies that's my type of movie, I guess. I love documentaries, so...
I like them too, yeah. That sounds really interesting. I would really like to see somebody do Dune right. David Lynch, I know people like that one, apparently.
I thought it was fun. Whether or not it follows the book at all is...
It does to a decent extent, but I don't know. It's just David Lynch, while an interesting director and good for certain things, is not who I would pick to shoot a Dune movie.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see it so they could actually like do multiple books in the series to actually follow it out.
Yeah, that'll never happen though. There's no like young kid antagonist that's gonna get people in the seats for that movie.
What do you mean?
What?
Paul is like...
Okay, yeah, so we're going to get, like, Taylor Lautner to play Paul and
No, Paul is supposed to be younger than that. He's supposed to be like 13 or 14.
Okay. Let's get, what's his name? The kid who played Ender. The Hugo kid.
I know who you're talking about, but I cannot think of his name right now.
Mr. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Wellington, I'm going to call him.
Kid Wellington.
Let me look it up. Oh my god!
You and you're looking it up all the time.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
When you say it's gonna kick me when you...
Asa Butterfield.
Yes.
And he's got a totally, like, fucking name that nobody has.
Yeah,
like a super easy to remember name. But yeah, Asa. What a sweet first name.
I knew somebody in my acting class who had a first name Asa.
Was it Asa Butterfield?
No, it was not.
You're like, oh shit, it's all coming together.
Asa Butterfield is actually 30 years old now.
Yeah, he just looks young. The light from the cameras.
I mean, I guess. Not really sold on who it has to be, but I would like to see it done up right.
Jake Lloyd
is too old now.
He was going to play Ender, though, originally.
Yeah.
That was way back when they were going to make it. In like 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
But
probably would have been fine. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Asa's fault. He did a good job in that movie. It was Harrison Ford's fault.
Yeah, he decided not to do it for a while.
No. I'm talking about you. You remember you saw Ender's Game, the movie?
No.
Oh.
I read the book. I
don't see the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got really cool sci-fi stuff in it. And seeing the game room live and in action's really cool. It follows the plot, like, super fast because it's a lot to get in.
Yeah.
Because he spends months and months and months at the school.
Right.
And they cram that all into the 45 minutes in the middle of the movie.
I see.
Ending's pretty cool. The effects are incredible. But the tone is bad. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's the same problem that the Airbender movie had.
Ooh,
it's just
that bad?
So serious and so
really?
dark, and everyone's just like, he's got to do it. And it's like, all right, but like, I don't know. The book was kind of like philosophical in a lot of points about like, pushing yourself to do things you wouldn't do and thinking outside the box. But the movie was just more like hard sci-fi. We're all gonna die.
Do they make a good portrayal of Ender as being like a genius in multiple ways?
Oh yeah.
Not just strategist, but like.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, and Asa Butterfield is amazing in the movie. He is really good. And, like, it's perfect. And the kid they get to play, Bean, is really great. Although he's significantly aged up, as they can't have a six-year-old actor or wherever the fuck young he is in that movie. But everyone does a really good job. All the kids are amazing. It's just that all the cutaways that are unnecessary to the adults are bad, and they're just like it's just not well put together. I think it's like we got Harrison Ford for this. We have to give him some. We got to get him in 20 minutes of this movie, or else it's not going to be, full billing. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Harrison Ford as an actor, but
the books were all about Ender.
It's all it is.
Yeah, it's just his perspective.
Yeah, you never see any other perspective but him. It's all. I think that whole book is first person narrative.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's written in first person, but I mean, I forget what that's called, where it's
third
just
person?
one. Yeah, but third person often. I don't know literature concepts, but it's the one where it's all from one person's perspective. Whether it's not written, not like Hunger Games, which is written first person, if I remember correctly.
I haven't read them. I don't know.
Oh, those are a good read.
Yeah,
I would recommend.
I kind of. It's one of those things I kind of meant to read by, not gonna go to the library, and I don't know if I want to buy them. And
yeah, well, I bought a Kindle version that had all three for like $12, so I was like, that's pretty good.
I have a hard time reading on those things.
Really? Yo, you don't have a thing to read on though.
Well, usually I have to do it on my phone.
Yeah, but that's not how you do it. You need to have a big screen.
I know.
Like
I've read through about a third of American Gods by Neil. What's his name?
deGrasse Tyson.
No.
Neil Stevenson. Neil Henderson.
No. You wrote an episode of Doctor Who.
Neil Patrick Harris.
No. Neil Gaiman.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good book. But I haven't really gotten. I just kind of stopped reading it because it's on my phone and I can't make myself read it on there.
You should just get a tablet.
I guess.
Or Kindle. I mean, fucking.
I feel like
those backlit Kindles are $80 now.
I feel like I wouldn't get enough use out of it though to make it worth it. Even $80. I don't know.
I have a Nexus 7. I use it every day. Every day. It's how I read news. I have news apps on there, and I've got books.
Yeah.
That's how I'll just sit down and catch up on everything on that thing on the couch.
I mean, that's the thing. I have now that I have my computer hooked up to my TV.
That's true. You can just kind of couch surf with the mouse.
Yeah. I guess I could read it on my TV, but that seems kind of.
It's weird.
It's
I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know if it's wrong or would be bad for your eyes, but it just seems weird to read a book off a television.
It is weird.
Something it feels unholy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just feels wrong.
Yeah.
It's like flying a kite at night. It's that Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
There's just something so. Oh shit! I forget what Marge says, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It's not something you do.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, so that's movies. I didn't really watch anything this week besides that X-Men movie to get myself amped up.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for next week, we want to remind everyone Solaris.
Yep.
For the BWTCCT.
Indeed.
Yep. The B-dubs T-double-C-T.
It actually takes more time to say it that way.
B-dubs T-double-C-T.
Yeah.
You know how I roll. I like acronyms.
So you haven't watched it yet?
I haven't. I want to watch it probably with a couple days before we talk about it.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe we can watch it together. Skype over it.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, you got that to look forward to. I love hard sci-fi. Before we move on to video games and vid game news. For the listeners, I'm trying to section this podcast now a little bit.
Okay.
Adam, are you drinking anything fun?
Squirt.
We did that for a while. Oh, Squirt. Classic.
Yeah. I felt like
grapefruit soda.
Exactly.
I'm drinking Gatorade Fierce Grape. One of my favorite flavors.
Cool.
Been on a big Gatorade run. Apparently, they got too much Gatorade in Madison. You can get
so it's all really cheap.
You can get a 32 ounce for 99 cents everywhere. So I bought 7 of them.
Nice.
Because I know people are like, oh, Gatorade's got a lot of sugar in it, but this entire bottle has 170 calories in it, 32 ounces.
Yeah.
Way better than drinking soda. And I I've been trying to hydrate more because I feel like I don't drink enough water. Because I don't like the taste of water. That's not true. I like water. I'm very picky about water taste, or else I won't drink it.
Yeah.
It's my parents' fault. Because I grew up in the country where we had like natural artesian well water that tastes better than bottled water. And so I got really used to that. And now when I try and drink like city tap water, I'm like, I don't know. I can't drink a lot of it. So Gatorade, I like to drink the G2 more. That's like got no calories in it, and that's pretty good too. But I can't step away from the Gatorade Fierce Grape. That used to be the Tiger Gatorade back before they pulled their support from Tiger Woods.
Oh,
over the whole scandal.
Oh wow! I didn't realize that it affected him.
Yeah, it affected his Gatorade flavors. That's how big it was. I don't fucking know. Anyway, they blew it up. But before we get to video games, another movie I wanted to talk about. Did you know that they finished filming the Warcraft movie?
I did not know that.
They have wrapped filming.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, director, of course.
Yeah.
Had quit, of course.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, exactly. Director Duncan Jones.
I've never heard of him.
Not the Yogscast video streamer, but who plays Minecraft on the internet. But different Duncan Jones. You may remember a movie he directed, Moon.
Oh, that was really good.
As being spectacular.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was a good get, I think. But they didn't really talk anything about it. I guess the cast is a bunch of people I've never heard of, so whatever. But supposedly the film storyline focuses on the kind of very start of that Warcraft lore, the orcs versus humans kind of initial
with
stuff.
Like that one wizard dude opening up the portal to Outlands.
Yeah, and all the orcs coming in and fighting humans, and Thrall, the war chief. I don't know. All I'm going to say is that this sounds insane, and I don't know how they do this. Movie going to be released March 11th, 2016.
Why so long?
2 years from now.
Wow. After it's done filming.
Yes. Because they said it's going to need 20 months of post-production.
Oh, because of all the CG and shit?
Yes, because it's basically all going to be CG. Besides, like, probably the human actors. I mean, all the orc stuff's got to be CG. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I like the Warcraft lore. Good director.
Yeah, I'll wait for the reviews to come in on that one, probably.
I suppose, but I'm kind of excited for a fantasy movie because, like, what fantasy movies are there besides fucking Season of the Witch? I don't know. What was the last fantasy movie that came out?
Smaug.
The Tolkien movies. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is new. I don't know. I'm excited.
I suppose.
How many fantasy movies have there ever been? Like, none.
Not that many.
Like, they don't do fantasy movies because
they
all
do Middle Ages stuff sometimes, but usually it's not. Usually it's not fantasy.
I don't know. It's a genre that doesn't get filmed. So, I mean, the only thing I think of is Lord of the Rings. Really, honestly, Game of Thrones ish.
Yeah.
So there's a little fantasy in there.
Well, there's dragons, so yeah, I'd say that counts.
But
and the White Walkers.
That's true, but it's much more hard fantasy, I guess, than like high adventure fantasy. Like
I don't know. Like there's Willow, I guess.
Fuck yeah, Willow. It's a great film.
I don't know if Legend was necessarily like.
Legend was a little bit more like gothy. I don't know.
Was it? Okay.
Have you seen
I've never really
Legend?
seen it. I have not.
The villain in it looks like the Dungeon Keeper monster.
You mean Tim Curry?
Tim Curry with giant
playing the devil.
He looks like a devil. It's like the devil, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess that does count though, for sure. That was a great movie. God damn.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Krull.
Fuck.
Krull was kind of fantasy, but it was god awful horrible. And it was actually sci-fi.
Conan the Barbarian's definitely fantasy.
Yeah, Conan.
Fuck yeah. There's like fucking I don't even remember like
there's wizards and shit.
Yeah, there's
in
like
that.
snake wizards.
Yeah. I guess.
Not much though.
A Never-Ending Story.
Oh fuck yeah.
That was an awesome.
Fucking Atreyu, his horse, right?
Yeah. Falgor. Yeah, Atreyu and what was this horse's name? I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
keeps yelling it when it's dying in the fucking swamp.
I think isn't it Atreyu is the name of the horse? I don't even remember.
No, Atreyu is the
kid.
The kid.
The fantasy world kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that movie, but I like that.
Has.
Oh god, that was a movie I watched over and over and over as a kid. Like,
and the sequel they made, which was
I watched that too.
I saw it once. I think.
Yep, same here.
Like when I was 5.
Oh,
never again.
No, I'd seen the original like a billion times, and then I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's a sequel," and I watched it once, and I was like, "I'm gonna watch the first one again."
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
that was a good movie.
Oh man. Anyway, all right.
Labyrinth is fantasy.
That's true.
I love me some Labyrinth.
That's true. Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah, Jim Henson fantasying it up. Fraggle Rock. Does that count?
Sure, why not?
I don't even think there's any fantasy in that. All right, but that's
Unless
it.
you consider Fraggles fantastic.
I think they're pretty goddamn fantastic, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Oh, I have an interesting note to segue into video games. Did you know that the lady who played the Red Fraggle in Fraggle Rock, who did the voice acting and the puppetry, she works at Valve as an animator.
I was not aware of
Yeah,
that.
apparently she was approached by Valve, or she saw an opening and she came in for an interview, and they're like, "Yep, got to get that Fraggle." No, but there's an amazing book that I read, an ebook that I read, which is one of the bonuses of having an e-reader device. Let me think of it. So it's called.
That is loud typing.
Shut up! The Final Hour of Portal 2. That's the name of the
Yeah.
book. Written by Jeff Keighley, the game journalist type guy. There's an amazing like visual ebook. Like, it's like a giant like magazine, but it is just awesome. Like, fantastic read. I mean, it talks about kind of the developer culture at Valve, just being kind of like a. I mean, you've heard stories of Valve, the company, of course, that made Half-Life and Dota 2 and all these awesome games. But they have like, they don't even like have job objectives or teams.
That's pretty clear from the non-existence of Half-Life 3.
No, what they have is like, they'll have like groups that get together, and they talked about like this, like how there's this guy who worked on their QA team that now is a designer there, but they had like a meeting that they emailed out to everyone. It was like, hey, let's meet to discuss like Portal 2 DLC maps, you know, for some of the multiplayer co-op stuff. And they had like this guy who worked like at the fucking like QA testing, like showed up to the meeting, and they like had him design levels, and now he's a designer because he just like showed up to a meeting and like had input. Like it's just kind of like that type of collaboration there, where it's just like, hey, you think this is cool? I think it's cool too. Let's work on it together, and then maybe it'll turn into something. Maybe it won't. We don't care because we're a private company that makes billions of dollars off of Steam. So
and Dota,
we can make whatever we want because we sell hats for hundreds of dollars a second.
Yeah,
virtual hats. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, that book's awesome, and yeah, it's really interesting because they just talk about. Sounds like a real cool place to work.
Definitely.
I remember they had a talk where Chet Falasek, one of the writers of Portal, he had like, I can't remember who it was. It was one of the two writers. It was Eric Wolpaw and Chet. They both wrote the Portal games, the first one and the second one. And I remember they were apprehensive of going out there to write Portal. And like, I think one of them said, oh, I couldn't, I'm going to be in the hospital for some operation. The guy's like, don't worry about it. Like, Gabe Newell was like, no, it's fine. You'll have a job here. Just get better. Take as long as you want. And then he's like, yeah, okay, I know where I'm working for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, they care enough, it's like, it doesn't matter. And that's, I don't know. They make great games, and they have a great culture. So that's Valve. I'm available. Valve, if you want someone who doesn't know anything about making games but enjoys games, we can talk about them. Anyway, but moving on to video game news. Couple interesting notes this week. Watchdog hype.
Yes.
Watch Dogs will be out basically by the time this comes out, maybe the next day. So, but while we are talking, people will know how good or bad Watch Dogs is, unless you download this right away.
Yeah, I ordered mine.
You pre-ordered.
I pre-ordered mine.
Which
from
edition?
Amazon.
Which of
The regular one.
which of the 70 editions did you
Just
pre-order?
the plain old edition.
No, but which pre-order version did you get? Did you get the?
Oh, the Amazon one.
Which one's that? Is that the iconic hat?
I don't even fucking know because I don't care that much.
Is that the white hat version? The black hat
maybe.
DLC bonus edition? If you look it up, there are literally 19 different SKUs of that game.
Yeah,
it is insane.
I don't doubt it.
Holy crap! I'll get it if it's good.
But it hasn't arrived yet, so I think it'll arrive Tuesday.
I am reserving $60 in my bank for that game, and if it's good, I'll buy it. If it's not, I won't.
Yeah, I actually really wish that I hadn't pre-ordered it because I want the cash right now, and I'd like to pay for it on 1st of June when I have more money. But it was taken out. I was like, oh, I should probably cancel that. And I was like, is this shipped? I'm like,
This is why I never pre-order anything anymore.
Yeah, I know. I should.
I'm done.
But
I'm done. SimCity ruined it.
I pre-ordered Destiny because I want to get down the beta.
That's true. That's at least got some sort of incentive that's useful.
Yes.
That you pre-order it, you can play it early. Like, that sounds good to me. And it's, they got a pedigree there. I mean, I don't think Bungie's ever made a bad video game since they started making Halo.
I never really played any of the Halo games, so I know they're good.
You never really played Halo?
Love them, but no, not really.
We should.
Because I never had an Xbox.
Man, we should play like some Halo co-op sometime. It is a fun fucking game to play co-op, like on one TV. Because it's just, I don't know. It's the combat works for co-op really well because it's a lot slower paced combat. You got to shoot someone. 20 or 30 times to kill them, so it's a lot positioning, running around, throwing grenades, flushing guys out. It's really fun with lots of people.
I played a little bit of the first one, I think, because my friend had a copy of it in Dubuque.
Yeah.
And I played it for a little bit, but I didn't have it, so I couldn't,
I played through all of them, except for 4. I never finished 4. I guess I just kind of hit a roadblock, and I didn't really get into it. I don't know. I like the other ones. All right. Let's see here. So that was a piece of news.
Yeah.
Piece of news. You're excited though?
I am excited, and I'm also excited, hopefully, to get enough money. And you got on payday to get Transistor.
And you got the
get Transistor.
Oh yeah. I was wondering if we could write a review on that. Probably.
If I purchase it, then yes, we can.
Yeah.
Depending on how much money I have.
I haven't bought it. Let's see here. You got the PS4 version of Watch Dogs?
I did, yeah.
The better version of the two console versions?
I think so.
We'll find out.
It's the console that I have, so it's definitely the more
No, you got the
one.
Xbox One version.
No. There's no way.
All right, so that's one thing. Next up, Star Citizen. We talked about. I don't think we talked about this on the podcast, did we?
We did a bit, yeah. We talked about when we were talking about Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. $44 million they've now passed.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money. $34 million since June 2013 when their Kickstarter, I think, ended.
Yeah.
I mean, this is getting insanity.
It is getting pretty big.
This is insane. This game is, of course, Star Citizen, I guess, is coming out on Thursday. Or Arena Commander, which is the dogfighting part of it. So it's kind of like a single player and multiplayer, like flying around just dogfighting, not the space like opera epic that it's going to be. I mean, this is going to be a giant open world space exploration game with lots of combat in it. And I know they've been talking about, they have 2 modes. They got the Star Citizen game, and then they got their single player space combat game where you play as, like a guy in the Navy, going off on missions and shooting people. That's coming out real soon, Thursday. Apparently, it's due to launch on Thursday. I'm excited. I mean, that'll give people a lot of information on how the game's going to play. If you've seen any videos, I know in PAX East this year, just a couple weeks ago, or in April, They showed off a lot of videos of the gameplay, and it looks stellar. I mean, this is the Crysis 3 engine. The game looks amazing. You'll have to look at some screenshots, but I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, Freelancer was one of my favorite games of all time.
I've
played that game through 3 times.
I never actually owned it. Like, by the time I actually really liked it and wanted it, it was impossible to get. So.
It is still impossible to get. I have my copy, my disc copy still. So, although it is cracked, the disc, like the plastic part in the center, is cracked. So I don't know how much longer it'll live. But I do have a ROM dump of it. I made well, it was still alive. So I still have my copy somewhere, as well as the CD key that came with it. But anyway, that's one bit of news. I'm really looking forward to that. I love space games.
Yeah.
God, so then there isn't really a space game genre right now. You know what I mean?
No, not really.
It's kind of just gone away.
Pretty much. There's not a lot of vehicle combat of any kind, really, unless you're talking about like Battlefield type stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true. Oh, we should play Battlefield 4. I gotta get back into that.
I don't know if I want to get back into that.
We'll play it sometime. Come on.
It's a good game. I just
kind of burnt out a little bit.
A little bit.
I do want to play the new mode that came out, the naval combat.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 2 carrier ships against each other. That sounds really fun, actually.
Could be.
Because that reminds me of Battlefield 1942 had modes like that. Wake Island, I think, was a map and Midway, where you had one side had a carrier, the other side had a carrier, and everyone starts on the carriers, and then you got to make landfall and take the bases on land, and the carriers could be controllable by people. It was really fun. So that's an interesting note. Another thing that I saw, changing topics. Here's a headline for you. EA pulls paid Peggle from App Store in some regions, swaps in free-to-play version. So Peggle, if those of you who are uninitiated, if you've seen The Price is Right, and you've seen the Plinko game, where they drop a ball and it bounces around, that's kind of what the game is. It's got a little bit more style than that, but it's basically you're trying to hit pegs on a board, ricocheting shots around. There's lots of cool, noises and flashing lights and stuff. It's very fun, like a real fun, quick arcade game. And I really loved it when it initially came out. Like, I can't even imagine how long ago it was. But, God, when did that come out? I mean, Jesus. That was like
2004 or 5?
Yeah, sometime
maybe?
like that. I mean, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So the mobile version of Peggle is available for free in the App Store in New Zealand and Singapore. Although that free version has now been replaced with a free-to-play version, a la Candy Crush, where players can purchase more balls or lives to progress. And the best part about this is that the old version is no longer available to purchase. So that news came out, and I immediately went on my phone to find Peggle, and so I could buy it, because I don't think I own it on my phone. But I love that game, and I could totally see myself playing it on my phone. But I don't want to play some fucking free-to-play bullshit that they put out. Oh my god, I don't know how people can play that stuff.
Neither do I.
I mean, some of it I can get into. Like a game I played a little bit last week was the Family Guy free-to-play game. Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff. It's kind of a city-building game where you build Quahog and you have your guys go on missions and stuff, but it's a free-to-play game, so you have to, you can drop money into it and buy premium stuff, or you slowly earn premium currency. But I mean, it's free. That's the benefit. It's free to try. So I played a little bit of it, enjoyed it. I think I dropped $5 in, just because I was playing it a bunch, and I always like to pay if I think it's okay. You know what I mean? I like to throw $5 at the developers as a thank you, but I don't like to spend too much in those games, because you can go down the rabbit hole. And the fucking games always have that option where it's like the $100 fucking buy like, $100 of premium currency option. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane. I mean, who's buying that shit?
Lifers. I don't know.
What? Like, insane. Like, and that happened. People are like that, though. I mean, they've done studies. They make, like, a huge profit off what they call whales. Like, the people that spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars in these apps for
I
fucking
can only
virtual
imagine
crops.
that those are trophy wives who need something to do
Yeah,
during
they
the
got nothing
day.
to
I
do.
don't
They
know.
gotta play fucking Farmville on their iPad all day.
Yeah, and money is no object.
I guess. I wish my life was that. Where money was no object and I could just play games
Right.
all day. Fuck, man.
No kidding.
Oh, so EA talked about this. They had Kotaku had emailed them or gotten a response from them. Where EA said this version isn't final, and I learned something that apparently New Zealand, Singapore are like new app testing grounds.
Yeah.
So like apps will get released in the New Zealand App Store early, and so they can like test things out.
Just because it's a smaller population.
I guess, and it's like
or-
farther
Yeah.
east. I don't know how that works, but it just seems weird, Apparently that's what they do, though. And it's happened in the past. But, listeners, you can still get Peggle in the U.S. territories for $1. So feel free to buy that now.
Might have to do that.
I'm going to have to do that on my iPod now, my iPod Touch, because it's $1. And I don't want them to replace it with some... I mean, that's insane, though. Like, there's no way that they're going to replace it for good. I mean, they have to have both versions.
They don't have to.
I know they don't have to, but that's insane. Like, because...
Well, there was a lot of people when Peggle 2 came out that were just saying, yeah, it's a great game, but give me an option to buy it for like $15 or $10.
Yeah.
And they haven't done that. It's always been free to play. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Peggle 2 was on the Xbox One last year. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was-
shit.
Peggle 2's out everywhere on everything pretty much, but it's free to play. There's no way to purchase it.
Let's see.
Although I will say the good thing about it with Peggle 2 is that none of it actually stops you from playing. You just have to like replay. Oh no, that's Plants vs Zombies. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Plants vs Zombies 2.
Yeah. But they made Plants vs. Zombies 2, and you can still buy the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They didn't retroactively.
If you want to pay money for it, you can get it.
Yeah, same company, different game.
Same company. Same first boss, same as the first.
So maybe they will do that now.
I don't know.
Same company. That you never know.
Oh my god. I gotta talk to you about The Sims, by the way.
Really?
The original The Sims.
Okay.
Alright, so I wanted to play the original The Sims and possibly record it. Speaking of recording, I recorded some episodes of I Hate Mario already.
Nice.
Adam can see, but I have myself oh god, I've run over the cable. An NES controller.
Nice.
Here, I was having some fun there. I enjoy it. I played Donkey Kong
Yeah.
for the I compiled a list of Mario
It's like
games.
80 games.
Of Mario games. Let me look. Let me get to it. I made a games list. First, Donkey Kong. Second game, Donkey Kong Jr. There's actually a Wikipedia article that has a big list, and I kind of culled my list from that list, because there's a lot of games that are like crazy shit that I'll never play. That's like Famicom games and Famicom Disk System games that I can't play. There's, of course, the I Am a Teacher Mario Make Sweaters game that came out for the Famicom Disk System. Did you ever hear about that game?
I did not. No.
It's a game in which you can design patterns in the game and then use your internet connection. This is way back in Japan. To send it out, and they'll send you like a pattern so that you can sew your own sweater.
That's interesting.
It's insane.
Well, it's insane, yeah, but it's cool. That's kind of cool.
I can't play it here because I don't have any of that shit. But
I doubt they're still offering that service.
No. Second game, Donkey Kong Jr. Well, that's an interesting thing about Nintendo, is that if you call their like hotline on your on your NES, I'm pretty sure they'll still
does,
pick up.
yeah. They saw that number.
Yeah, they didn't change the number,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. And then of course Donkey Kong Jr., Mario Brothers, and then of course tennis, pinball, and golf. Because I believe tennis, Mario is the umpire. Pinball, I believe Mario's face appears. I may or may not play that game if he's not. I'm making like a distinction that like Mario needs to be like an active sprite character at least somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it can't just be like a mention of Mario or like a Mario head on something, like in the Animal Crossing games.
Mm-hmm.
Golf,
Yeah.
of course. Mario is the main player in that. Wrecking Crew, I think Mario's in that. I don't know if it requires a Rob to play that game, if I remember.
What about
I may not.
what about Mario is Missing?
That's on
It
my
is,
list.
okay.
Did you know they made an NES version of that game?
I did not know that. I had it on.
After the Super Nintendo one.
Oh,
came
okay. I
out.
was gonna say, I had the Super Nintendo version, but that's a cool game.
Of course, we got the Game Boy Super Mario Land, Mario Brothers 2, 3, Dr. Mario, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Mario Paint. I've got that.
Yeah, I know.
I got the fucking little mouse and keyboard
Yeah.
shit. Mario's Time Machine. Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. Mario and Wario. All-Stars. All these fun games. But here's some fun ones. Mario's Early Years, fun with letters. Mario Early Years, fun with numbers. Mario's Early Years, preschool fun.
Wow.
Mario Super Picross. There's the Game & Watch galleries, which apparently Mario is in some of these. The Game Boy Color version of Mario Golf. Mario Tennis. I mean, all the Mario Party games.
Ugh.
We got quite a few.
Yeah.
We got quite a few to get through here. And I'll be doing it. We'll see how much I hate Mario.
I'm betting by the end it'll be a lot.
I completed, spoiler alert, I was able to complete Donkey Kong.
You got the kill screen?
No! That's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Unless you're a fucking insane
Unless you're
person.
Steve
And
Wiebe.
also the kill screen doesn't exist in the NES version, which I was playing. But no, I was able to beat the first 3 levels, which restarts you back to the start.
Really?
You know, where you do... Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh.
Did you ever fucking play the game?
Not on Nintendo. Oh.
There's 3 screens. That's how it works in the
Oh, really?
the
They
fucking
just
arcade.
add more stuff?
Yeah, they just make the levels harder, and they just keeps going over and over and over again.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same 3 screens over and over again. There might be 4 in the arcade version, and there might be 4 in this one, but I just played through, and you know, Donkey Kong died, and Mario and Pauline, or Jumpman and Pauline kiss, and that's the ending. So I was able to do that once, and I failed this on a second run.
I see.
That's a hard game.
I bet.
I forget. Yeah, interesting. Fall damage. Incredible. You fall like 2 inches too far and you're dead. Jumps that look possible are not sometimes. But it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I actually found myself enjoying the challenge. Maybe it's because, you know, it's Nintendo. And the platforming is just really tight and good. I enjoyed it. I fucking loved that. It was fun. And I got a little mad. A few spots, but... That'll probably happen a lot more in the future.
Bet.
Some of the worst games, but yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that. It'll be up. It'll be up on the YouTube channel.
Cool.
That Adam and I have to discuss.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Good to know.
All right. Yep. We'll talk about that off the air. Okay, so that was video game news. I think that's everything I had. I played a lot of Pokemon this week. Pokemon Y.
Yeah.
Why Pokemon?
I wanted to
Y?
get that Pokemon Y.
Yeah, you got a 3DS?
No, I don't.
Probably have to have one of those first.
Probably.
You could get a 2DS,
I have a DS.
but you don't have a 2DS.
I don't have a 2DS. No.
No, that's the yeah. That's insane. All right. Do we have another podcast before we do E3?
One more, I think.
One more. Yeah, we'll have one more in which we will have our predictions.
Man.
Put our money where our mouth is. We can have some bets, maybe, that can be relinquished upon the week of the live stuff. Yeah. Live in air quotes.
Right.
Patent pending. Or whatever the fuck.
On live broadcast, patent pending.
Yeah, exactly. Well, live broadcast with air quotes.
Oh, okay.
That's me. See. Patent pending. That's a Bytecast original. Let's see here. Did I have any other? No, that's it. I went through my news stories. I do have, of course, my rants.
I have a news story, actually.
Of the week. Okay, let's do your news story, and then I can end the podcast with my rant.
Which you would know if you had actually accepted my invite to the Evernote.
I did. Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh, okay. You didn't add anything, so
I didn't add anything this week. I was very, 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 very busy.
Cool.
At work. I didn't really ever sit down. Let me go to the Evernote webpage then.
Ooh, webbing it up.
Loud as fuck. Am I loud as fuck?
Yeah, it is. It's really loud.
That everyone can hear. It's okay.
Picture causes Wil and Jada Pinkett Smith to be under investigation by Child Protective Services.
I saw this.
Yeah. So...
What the fuck has Spider-Man learned?
What?
Oh, my God. These are my own notes. Join notebooks. Okay. That was notes I made for an article I wrote a while back.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad to see it's still in there. Huffington Post. All right, cool. Let me get this up so we can discuss. All right, cool. Yes, I had heard about this.
So, I guess there was a picture.
Photo of daughter has gone viral.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
And
we'll talk about that in my rant. That terminology.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so if you've seen this picture.
It's just Jada Pinkett Smith.
Sitting on a bed with a shirt.
Laying on a bed, yeah, and a guy who has his shirt off.
Yep.
And apparently, somebody...
If that photo would have been taken outside on a lawn, nobody would have thought
Nobody would have thought twice about it.
It just happened to be that somebody had their shirt off indoors, and a fully clothed person was sitting next to them. Alarm bells.
She's 13, and he's, I guess, 20.
20.
But the picture is incredibly innocent.
I was about to say, have you seen this photo? It is the most innocent photo you can imagine. Of course, the thought of shirtless man and 13-year-old girl, sitting in bed can be innocuous. You know what I mean?
Right. And so I guess I just what?
Well, it's like an artsy photo too, because it's in black and white, and it's kind of shot with a lot of contrast. So, but it literally looks like two people are watching TV in a bed, hanging out, just chilling. Yeah. And the guy, of course, being in California, is not wearing a shirt because it's what they do.
And how crazy paranoid is our culture now that a picture like that instantly causes people to call Child Protective Services on people?
Well, I think my favorite part about it is that the Child Protective Services have said that they are planning on looking into it.
Yeah.
And doing a full investigation.
Right.
A formal investigation.
Yeah. On
a fucking photo of two people sitting on a bed.
Right.
Looking away. I'm assuming they're looking at something. Maybe a person standing there.
Taking a picture.
Talking to them. I mean, it is fucking insane.
It is.
They're not even touching.
No. It's not even like she's laying on his lap or anything like that. She's just laying on the bed, and he is sitting on the bed, and he has no shirt.
Meanwhile, thousands of pedophiles on the internet are downloading horrible things, and people are picking up children in vans.
Yeah.
But no! We must investigate a photograph.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Not only that, but the 20-year-old is a Disney star.
A former.
Former Disney star.
Please. I mean, once you get past 16, they basically just cut your throat.
Right.
And you're thrown out. The Disney van drives by.
Yeah.
And they slow down. I mean, it's Disney. They slow down to a respectable 15 and punch you out the back of the van and say, fucking deal with life now.
Yeah.
That's the Disney way.
And the great part is Jada Pinkett's response to this, which I pretty much agree with. She says, I guess she told this to TMZ's cameraman. Here's the deal. There was nothing sexual about the picture or that situation. You guys are projecting your trash onto it, and you're acting like covert pedophiles, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what's happening. They're like projecting this situation onto a perfectly innocent photograph that is ridiculous.
Yep.
What the fuck? What the fuck, John?
Kind of sucks to be famous, huh?
I guess so.
Unless you're Wil Wheaton, and then it's all fun.
Yeah. Actually,
He
just had
he hates paparazzi.
He just had a post on like how much that stuff actually does bother him.
It does. It bothers me too, obviously.
Not
I don't know
not
how it
paparazzi,
bothered
but
him.
like just the fact that like he doesn't like being in the spotlight that much.
I guess.
of entertainment industry in general. He likes his
that's why you do acting and
viral
web series
thing.
and
Well,
things.
web series is one thing, but like, yeah.
I mean, come on. You can't be famous and then argue that you don't want to do it for the fame and, creating something.
He likes.
I mean,
I think that's legitimate. You can like creating things, but not necessarily want everything that comes with it.
It's one and the same, man.
I disagree.
You can't say you want to do something that's going to be extremely popular and then not want to have any sort of following. I mean, do you think you'd be happy doing what he's doing if one person watched his YouTube channel? No.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think he'd make a living out of it, probably. I mean, I think there's a difference between being popular on the web and being in the industry popular. And I think he likes one and not the other. And I can understand that. There's just different levels of scrutiny involved. Whereas paparazzi aren't lining anything if you have a popular web series. It just hasn't gotten that way yet. And maybe it will in the future, but it's not seen as legitimate enough to put that kind of attention upon you.
I guess.
I mean, I think he likes interacting with the people who watch his show and fans and stuff like that. I don't think he likes interacting with like media. And I can understand that.
I don't think he.
It's one thing to be popular at like a con or something like that, where you're surrounded by fans, but it's another thing to be interviewed and all that shit.
Yeah, I don't know who's coming up to Wil Wheaton though from TMZ. I mean,
well, it's because of his new show on Sci-Fi, I guess.
Oh, there you go. Oh snap! That sucks. I mean,
and he's admitted, for a long time that he suffers from depression and anxiety issues, and he takes medication for it. So I can I can understand why you wouldn't necessarily.
Oh, I'm sure I'd be the same way. I mean, I don't like crowds.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think if I got mobbed, I'd hate it too. But
right.
You just gotta. It's an unfortunate part of the business. That's always been there.
Yep.
It sucks. All right. Do you know what else sucks, Adam? People.
Sure. Okay.
It's that time.
All right. John, what grinds your gears?
That's right. And I'm going to write down a timestamp so I can put in the sound effect
for the noise.
time without fucking tearing my lungs out. And Adam's internet just
No, it didn't.
disconnected
What are you
for a
talking about?
second. Yes, it did. There was a giant hiccup. You know what grinds my gears? Your fucking podunk internet connection. And your fucking internet connection problem.
Are you there?
Adam! You fucking desynchronizing us. Oh my god. Adam has fucking disconnected the phone call because he's a piece of garbage whose fucking cable is barely plugged into his laptop. He's sitting on a fucking chaise lounge where he can barely be bothered to sit up.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, your video's not even coming in.
It's totally coming in. What?
This is insanity.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're fucking... What is this?
What's what?
Is this some sort of podunk operate? Dude, your video is not coming through on my feed, first
Really?
off. No, it's a fucking weird picture of you. Oh, Wait, video's loading
Oh.
because your internet connection's
I
garbage.
might have turned it off accidentally.
Oh, okay. So Adam's chaise lounge situation has ruined him.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's...
Come on! That was not me! I want a desktop wired in, and you are fucking sitting
I'm on a
with
laptop wired in.
with a fucking wire connection that isn't even... Buy an Ethernet cable.
I have an Ethernet cable.
Get one that has fucking snaps.
That seems unnecessary.
It's necessary! You just disconnected.
Who says that was the reason why?
I do. Because you shifted your fucking laptop and then we disconnected.
I don't know.
Alright, I need to stop yelling because I'm going to ruin my voice again, which is what happened last week, by the way.
Yeah?
I attribute it, well, it was probably the cold starting, though. Alright. My rant topics.
Hey,
Number one.
John, what grinds your gears?
What? No, we're not restarting. What grinds my gears is that you can't be professional. Alright. What grinds my gears? Animals. That's what grinds my gears. People and animals.
Okay.
I could rant about this for
People
ages.
aren't treating animals well enough?
No, people treat animals too well.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Sure.
I'm smiling at his responsive laughter, undermining my rage. I think people treat animals too well.
They do, they do pets.
I think that people put animals above humans.
So
many ways.
I totally know
and
what you mean.
It really bugs the hell out of me. When people shared a Facebook, like, oh, look at this weird science experiment that PETA put an article about 4 years ago on my Facebook. Because Facebook, another part of my rant, and all fucking news on Facebook is 4 years old and incorrect. But Jesus Christ, don't show me that fucking UW-Madison fucking cat experiment that was used in a medical trial for fucking drugs that I'm sure you use to keep yourself alive, because that's how fucking science works. Animal testing's real. It's just the way that things are, and the only way things can be, unless you want to sign up to take drugs that haven't been tested on anything. Because I'd much rather have a bunch of rats die than a bunch of people get sick and die. And that's the way it has to be.
I agree.
If people want to stay healthy, animals have to pay the price. It's sad, but true. And those animals are taken as well care of as they can be. I've been to animal testing facilities, being a science person. I've toured, and they're as good as they can be. You know, you got animals, they got cages, they got requirements. You know, the rats have to have a certain amount of toys and food in each one of their cages. You know, they have to have a certain amount of space. It's not a lot, but it's enough to move around. I mean, they have, like, animal treatment, like, industry laws that are standard. I mean, it's insane. And then, like, you know, and it's like, okay, what about what's going on in, like, Syria right now? There are children being, like, suffocated with gas attacks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is awful. And nobody cares because it's just the way that, I guess, not our society, but, you know, kind of the world in general is that people tend to care about what they can have some sort of control over.
Yeah.
And you have a pet. You have a direct connection. You see a cat that has gone through, you know, some sort of autopsy procedure, you know, post-drug test, and you're like, oh, my God, that's Mittens. And it's not Mittens. There's a difference. I mean, I love my cats. But, you know, when people talk about, like, if the apartment was on fire, like, I got to go grab the cats and get out. It's like, no, you got to get out.
Yeah.
You don't fucking risk your life for a cat. You know, it's your fucking life.
Yeah.
It's people. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane what some people do. I mean, I talked about this. Did I talk about this on the podcast? I must have.
You talked about it with, I think, Tyler.
Tyler, yes, because Tyler's an animal person.
Yeah.
And I'm an animal person, too.
Yeah,
but I'm the biology conservation forest ranger animal person. Or, like, this is the natural things, all right? Like, they talk about, I talked about in Yellowstone. They told us a story about this guy whose dog jumped into the superheated fucking boiling water.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's this stupid dog.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do stuff like that if you don't have it on a leash. Or even if you do have it on a leash. But the guy jumped in to grab it, and, of course, they both died.
Right.
Because, you know, he boiled his skin. I mean, he may not have died, but he certainly was burned
I think he did
to hell.
die, yeah.
I think I've heard that story. I mean, it's just it sucks. I mean, animals. I don't know. I grew up on a farm. You know, I saw dead fucking pigs going off to slaughter. I mean, I don't know. It's just the natural. I don't know. And then like you know, you have people that have just insane. You know, it's funny when somebody. And it's kind of a dick thing to do, and I know Wil Wheaton says don't be a dick, and I can agree with him on that. And I actually do like Wil Wheaton, so I don't know. I like to give him shit though, but he is right. Don't be a dick. But a dickish thing that I do that I feel bad about is that when people say that they have become a vegetarian, I ask them what movie did you watch, because that's how people become vegetarians now. Is they watch a documentary. Mm-hmm. Or watch a couple videos online, and they're like, oh my god, animals. And it's like, okay, but when you were a caveman, you fucking murdered things to live because that's how animals work. Yeah. And if you were out naked in the woods, they would eat you. Dude, fucking mountain lions are scary as fuck. They're the scariest animal that lives in the United States. Mountain lions and alligators.
Grizzly bears.
Grizzly bears aren't as bad.
Well, you don't see them as often, but...
Well, grizzly bears don't eat people.
Tell that to the grizzly man.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true. But, well, when you put yourself in a fucking valley of tons of starving bears, which is what happens up in the Alaskan highlands between seasons when bears get really hungry and start to do desperate things like eat each other, which happens sometimes. If you're in that situation, it's probably a bad place to be. But no, when we're talking about in the U.S., I mean, you know, grizzly bears, they're more opportunists. Yeah. You know, they eat carcasses. They don't really catch the food. They see the wolves catch the food, and they're like, all right, get the fuck out of here. I'm taking this.
Yeah.
You know, they're not built for combat. They're built for brute strength, pushing things, beating up, you know, other animals, but not really, you know, for quick kills. Like mountain lions, who stalk you in the night, and every footstep you think you hear is the mountain lion creeping around the corner, ready to. You know what mountain lions do? They have a very specific way they kill things.
Do they like?
Let me get into gory detail.
Do they like break your neck?
They jump on your back, and take their mouth, and they grab your whole back of your neck and rip all of the flesh out.
Yeah.
Which will knock you down, and then they'll sink their claws into your chest and tear at you until you're dead. It's horrifying, and it happens in seconds. Mountain lions tend to not attack people because we're big. We're bigger than their typical prey.
Yeah.
But it does happen. It's awful. It's mostly dogs that get killed by mountain lions. And a lot of times mountain lions don't kill people because they're very scared. They're very skittish. They tend to try and stay very clear, and they usually live in only the most deepest, most restricted off woods that exist. But yeah, they're pretty terrifying, and they're all over. There's some in Wisconsin. There were sightings just like a couple years ago, of mountain lion that probably made its way down from South Dakota.
Even in southern Illinois, I think, in our forest there, they have mountain lions.
Yeah, it happens. They have giant ranges. They talk about mountain lion ranges being hundreds of miles. So, you know, you have a young mountain lion just, you know, started going off on its own, will travel 200 miles, you know, east and end up in a forest where there's 1 billion deer to eat. A metric ton of deer to eat. Yeah, but anyway, that's what bothers me, is that a lot of people just get really, I don't know, animal rightsy. And animal rights is a good thing because it's, you know, mistreating animals is a terrible thing.
Right.
But that doesn't happen.
Like, you shouldn't go out of your way to hurt or torture animals, but
90% of the time, animals are treated well.
Yeah.
Like, probably more than that. I mean, it's just the way things are. It's because most people aren't psychopaths that like to hurt animals.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know, of course, all these articles you'll read will zero in on, you know, some of the gorier aspects of butcheries and all shit.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's standard operating procedure, but it's something that, you know, Wally E. Suburb hasn't ever seen in their life. Like, oh my God, that's where a hot dog comes from that I love.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hurt an animal. And it's like, yeah, I felt like that too when I was 12. You know, I got over it.
Right.
Because it's just the way the world works.
Well, yeah, I mean, and 100% of the time, they're going to be better off than they are in the wild, where everything is trying to kill them, or they're going to be starving.
Right? It's like that viral video that went out. I don't know, like last year, maybe late last year, where that family found that baby bunny and like raised it, and then they let it free. And I can't think that this video isn't faked because it's so perfect, but the baby bunny runs out and just a fucking hawk swoops down and grabs it.
Yeah.
Like seconds after it's released.
Which is exactly what happened to Lance's hamster, I'm sure.
I'm sure. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way the fucking nature works. There's a hierarchy, and humans are on that hierarchy.
Yeah.
We have dominion.
We do.
We have dominion over the animals. And, we treat them well. I mean, fuck. Do you think we have to treat pigs as well as we do before we make bacon?
No.
No, we don't have to. We do it because it's right.
Yeah.
We do it because it's the decent human thing to do.
Right.
Is to at least, give the pigs, a clean death, a quick death.
And make sure they're well fed before then, and in clean conditions.
And well cared for, clean conditions. Whatever. It just bothers the hell out of me, this stuff. And when it's like, you really couldn't be more concerned about, the fact that, Thailand military just had a coup?
Yeah.
Did you read about that on Facebook? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. I read about it because I read the news. God damn it. I'm an old man.
You are an old man.
Oh, fuck. What is wrong with me? I've made the 28. I made the turn to old man.
Yep.
I get really pissed off. I don't know. That's my thing, though. Don't be a dick to other people. Don't be a dick to animals either.
I was going to say, be a dick to animals.
Don't be a dick to animals.
No, don't be a dick to animals.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about me, who is like pro eating animals up and down. I would fucking kill any animal that I would want to eat.
Yeah.
I would have no problem killing a chicken to eat it.
Yeah.
I would have no problem killing a pig or a cow to eat it. Whatever. It's an animal. It's what we got to do.
Right.
You got to do what you. It's a circle of life. Fucking Simba taught me this shit. Lion King, baby. It's a Disney fucking thing.
Yeah.
Taught me that shit. Well, anyway, I'd kill an animal to eat it. But this comes from someone who I don't kill spiders. I don't kill flies. I don't kill bugs, usually, depending. If they catch me in an awkward situation. Where
they embarrass you.
I can't believe you did what you did. You see what you did to me. You embarrassed me. Now you have to die.
This is what happens.
No, but when I'm fucking in a shower,
Yeah.
or just in an awkward situation where I just don't want the bug to get on me or
Right.
whatever, and it's gonna climb on me, and the reflex reaction of swatting at a mosquito. What can you do? But if I see something, I'll usually box it up and throw it outside. I give them that.
Not me.
I give them that chance.
I don't even give them that chance.
Where they're immediately swooped upon by a bird or a bat and are eaten.
Yeah.
But I don't see that part.
No.
Anyway, that's my rant. I think that's a pretty good rant.
Yeah.
I want to save one for next week in case I don't find another one, because I had another topic about Facebook.
I can't wait.
Oh, I'm sure you can't. I'm sure the listeners can't either. Well, anyway, that's it. That's what grinds my gears. I think that's what's going to complete this episode.
Yeah.
Of Born in the 80s, episode 137.
Indeed.
The website is bornintheeighties.net.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be links and all sorts of fun stuff there. There's articles and shit.
Yeah.
I'll try and put out one a week at least for me to start. I mean, it's not going to be news shit, but it's going to be mostly reviews or observations, reflections, blog-ish type things, I think.
Yeah.
I want to try and hold myself to one a week. So I got my last week.
Cool.
Got to start this week. I got to figure something else to write.
Indeed.
I want to get some content for you guys. I'm going to make something of my life here. I'm going to cough again. Oh, God. All right. I'm dying. I literally am dying. This whole weekend has been just sickness.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Let's have this cough that's finishing up.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Going from 10 times an hour to 5 times an hour to maybe 2 or 3 times an hour now. Can't wait for all this fucking disease to be out of me.
Yes.
All right, so we'll catch you next week. Of course, watch Solaris.
Yeah.
The BWTCCT, that's on Hulu Plus. I would say free, but it's not free because it's not like the Hulu you can watch on your web browser for free. It's actually have to be a Plus subscriber to see the Criterion stuff. So if you are, otherwise you could rent it if you want. But I mean, you could probably sign up for a month of Criterion for what, $8, $9 for Hulu
like
Plus.
$8. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that would be like as much as a rental. Yeah. All right. So that's it. We will catch you next week, Adam.
Until next time.
Final words, Adam.
Who watches the watchdogs?
Not me.